Today's story is about courage, respect, and the deep wounds that prejudice can leave in the hearts of those who serve. It's a story about a black Marine sniper, an American hero, who was handcuffed by police officers despite his distinguished service to the country. And then, a four-star general entered the courtroom to apologize, revealing the weight of honor and justice that should never be forgotten. The incident began on an ordinary day, but it quickly turned into an extraordinary moment that challenged perceptions about race, service, and respect. The Marine sniper, a highly trained and decorated soldier, had completed multiple deployments and was known for his precision and calm under pressure. His record was impeccable. No one questioned his commitment to protecting his fellow Americans. But outside the battlefield, in a place that should symbolize justice, things were different. The Marine was stopped by local police officers during a routine traffic stop. Despite complying fully and showing all necessary identification, the officers reacted with suspicion and hostility. The situation escalated when they decided to handcuff him, treating him not as a fellow citizen or a war hero, but as a suspect simply because of the color of his skin. This moment was more than just an isolated incident of police misconduct. It was a stark reminder of the systemic issues that many black Americans face every day, even those who have given their lives to serve this country. The Marine's story spread quickly, touching the hearts of many and sparking a conversation about respect for veterans and the ongoing struggle against racial injustice. The courtroom where the case was brought was tense. The Marine was there to seek justice and to make sure that what happened to him would not happen to others. The community watched closely, knowing that this case had the power to highlight the deep divides that still exist in America. People wanted to see accountability, but they also hoped for healing. Then something remarkable happened. A four-star general, a highly respected figure in the military, entered the courtroom. His presence was commanding, but his demeanor was humble and sincere. He came not only as a representative of the armed forces, but as a man deeply troubled by what had happened. The general spoke with a voice full of conviction and empathy. He apologized, not just to the Marine, but to all black service members, who have faced discrimination and disrespect despite their sacrifices. He acknowledged the pain and frustration that come from being treated unfairly by those who should be protectors of justice. His words were a powerful reminder of the ideals. The military stands for honor, courage, and commitment. These ideals must extend beyond the battlefield and into every part of society. The general's apology was more than just a formal statement. It was a call to action for law enforcement, communities, and the nation to do better. The courtroom was filled with emotion. For the Marine, it was a moment of validation and recognition. For others, it was a chance to reflect on the persistent inequalities and to recommit to the fight for justice. The general's intervention showed that change is possible when leaders step up and take responsibility. This story highlights the complex relationship between race, service, and authority in America. Black service members have always played a vital role in the military, often facing additional challenges due to racial bias. Their dedication and sacrifices have helped shape the nation's history, yet they continue to struggle for equality both in and out of uniform. The Marine sniper's experience is a powerful example of how systemic issues can undermine the dignity of those who have given so much. It also shows the importance of allies, especially those in positions of power, who recognize these injustices and work to correct them. What makes this story resonate is the contrast between the injustice of being handcuffed unjustly and the honor of having a four-star general step forward to apologize. It's a reminder that respect should never be conditional on race, appearance, or background. It must be a universal right for every American, especially those who have risked their lives for the country. The general's apology wasn't just about words. It was about reaffirming the commitment of the military to uphold the values it teaches its soldiers. It was about setting a standard for how society should treat its heroes. And it was about recognizing that true patriotism includes standing up against injustice wherever it occurs. For the Marine, the journey to that courtroom was difficult. The handcuffing was humiliating and painful, a stark contradiction to the respect he earned on the battlefield. But his courage in facing this injustice head-on inspired many. It reminded people that the fight for equality doesn't end with serving in uniform. It continues long after, in everyday encounters and institutions. The police officers involved faced scrutiny, and the incident sparked calls for reform and better training to address racial bias. Communities rallied around the Marine, showing support and demanding accountability. This moment became a catalyst for important conversations about race, law enforcement, and the treatment of veterans. At its core, this story is about dignity. It's about recognizing the humanity in every individual, regardless of skin color or profession. It's about honoring those who serve, not just with medals and ceremonies, but with respect and fairness in all aspects of life. The general's apology symbolized hope, a hope that America can live up to its promise of equality and justice. It was a reminder that leadership matters and that those in power have a responsibility to speak out against injustice. When leaders show humility and courage, they inspire others to do the same. This incident also challenges us to look inward. How do we treat our veterans? How do we confront racial bias in our communities? How can we ensure that those who have sacrificed for this country are never again subjected to humiliation or discrimination? The answers lie in education, empathy, and systemic change. It means listening to the experiences of Black service members and other marginalized groups. It means holding institutions accountable and demanding that respect and justice are upheld at every level. The Marine sniper's story is a call to action. It urges us to build a society where no one is judged by their skin color, where courage and sacrifice are honored equally, and where justice is truly blind. It reminds us that the struggle for equality is ongoing and that every voice matters. In the end, this moment in the courtroom was more than a legal proceeding. It was a powerful symbol of what America can be, a nation that recognizes its flaws but strives to do better, that honors its heroes without prejudice, and that stands united against injustice. The Marine left that courtroom with his dignity restored, not just because of the apology, but because of the awareness and change it sparked. His story continues to inspire, reminding us all that courage comes in many forms, and that respect is a right, not a privilege. As we reflect on this story, let it remind us of the importance of standing up for what is right, supporting those who serve, and never allowing prejudice to overshadow the values we hold dear. Because true justice is not just about the law, it's about humanity.